Here we go. Here's a fun comment. 23andMe, my sister's DNA test results are different than mine. The scrutinizer had this to say, quote, "They must be making a lot of money by selling you all this dodgy information and then selling it on to the weird people who like to know all of your intimate details," end quote. And fair enough. I mean, I would instantly agree. I even said, yeah, you're so right. That was the only thing I said back to him. I think we needed to discuss this, though. There are definitely skeptics out there who would say, I'm not doing a DNA test. I don't want my DNA in some lab in Houston, Texas, or Atlanta. Or I don't want my DNA somewhere else and people else, the people having access to it. And then they can plan a crime on me, or I don't want them knowing that information. So this video is about why I am okay with it. I'm not saying that you should go out and take a DNA test. You should do what you want. I'm a libertarian. But I'm going to tell you why I'm not worried about this concept about my DNA being out there. And my rationale is probably only going to make this whole concept worse. But I feel, by the way, I'm a blogger. That's why this channel exists. It was meant to be an extension of my blog, familyfriendlydaddyblog.com. Go to it. It's a real blog. I've been chronicling my life and my family's life for like a decade on there. So yeah, I'm on Facebook. I've got 2 different accounts. I'm on LinkedIn. It's like my information's already out there. And that doesn't make me special. In fact, there's a lot more people who have a lot more information already out there. Oh, and not to mention I've got 2 YouTube channels. There's another one called Nick Shell, which is just my name, and that's the other one. So for a person like me to have all that out there, to be so involved in social media, and actually I make money from it, which is part of why I'm so involved. I make money from YouTube videos. I make money from writing on my blog. So by default, yeah, I'm all over the internet. I'm all over social media. I guess at this point, I'm already pretty vulnerable as far as that goes. But again, that doesn't make me special. It's hard to find a person who's not on Facebook at this point. I just feel that as easy as the government can track us down, or anyone can track us down, cell phones, if you take a picture, there's a code in there that can show where that picture was taken. Crimes are solved over the codes in cell phones. So, show me a person who doesn't have Facebook and doesn't have a cell phone, or a smartphone, I should say. And then I can kind of understand it. Then I can say, okay, yeah, I totally get why taking a DNA test is kind of crazy. You shouldn't do it. But that's how I feel about it. I feel that, okay, yeah, my DNA's out there, but what about you? What about your smartphone? What about your Facebook account? What about that? Like, I just think that we can just as easily be monitored by society and the government from those things. To me, it's kind of like this paradox. I'm a vegan, you know that. I'm a vegan, been a vegan for 4.5 years. Yet I go to the zoo. I have a family zoo pass here in Nashville. We go to the zoo, and it doesn't bother my conscience because I simply don't eat anything from an animal, but I'm not like someone who won't wear fur and stuff like that. By default, I'm vegan because I don't eat anything that comes from an animal. Yet there are people who are animal rights activists who would say, "You're such a hypocrite, Nick. You call yourself a vegan, but then you go to the zoo?" Well, then I would say back to that person, "So you're a vegan too?" And they say, "Well, no, but you should care more about animals." And I say, "Well, why are you eating animals? Why are you eating eggs? Why are you drinking milk? I'm physical proof that you don't need that to be healthy. I've been a vegan for 4.5 years." And then they'll get all defensive about it. I think it's kind of one of those concepts. It's that I feel that you have to be either all the way in or your point is mute. So, are you worried about the government or the free world doing something dodgy with your DNA now that you did the DNA test or whatever? Okay, go ahead and delete Facebook. Go ahead and get rid of that smartphone with all that can track you. Go ahead and do that. And then I'll be like, yeah, you kind of got a good point there.